I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
And I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Although most of the Hempfield School Board's work occurs behind the scenes, it plays an integral part in providing Hempfield students with a quality education. The 9 members of the school board work hard to ensure the school district is the best it can be. The school board has 3 essential functions: to set district policy, execute the district budget, and hire and work with the superintendent, but it is also responsible for everything from determining staff salaries to maintaining school buildings.
There's discussion at the committee meetings. That's where a lot of the information is disseminated and really talked about in detail. The work of the school board is kind of boring, but necessary.
Each of the 9 members serves a 4-year term. At the elections this past November, 2 new members were elected, Mike Donato and Linda Johnston.
I graduated from Hempfield a long time ago. My children all attended Hempfield and they got a great quality education. Being a retired teacher, and I was also an administrator for a few years, it gives me a better understanding, I think, how schools run.
I have a master's in secondary education. I've taught at a university in China. I've taught in an international school. I've homeschooled. I've had kind of the whole gambit of schools.
I'm also a psychiatric nurse. I get to deal with adolescents and children. That gives me an entirely different experience that normal school board members probably wouldn't have.
I was in the Army for 5 years. That's where I met my husband, Jim. We moved over 26 times in 20 years.
I volunteer as a CASA, court-appointed special advocate for kids in foster care. And even though my own children are grown, my wife and I are foster parents. We actually have a student attending the high school.
The new school board members lend their thoughts on their upcoming terms on the school board.
I decided to run over a year ago. I had been going to the school board meetings. I noticed a lack of women and a lack of mothers, and I just felt that that was an underrepresented group. I think a good balance on the school board is important. I think the school board should represent the community.
It's a lot of reading, it's a lot of learning, and just applying what I know of the educational system.
The role of the school board is not to balance, but to manage the tension between the community, the school community, and the administration. And somewhere in all of that, the finances.
Will administer the oaths of office.
My kids have had lots of experience with schools. Hempfield's the best school out of all those schools that they've ever been to. So I hopefully can be a part of maintaining that excellence that Hempfield has.
For the next few years, Mr. Donato and Mrs. Johnston will strive to make decisions that are best for the school district. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Julia Campbell.